solving all the world's problems, or maybe making them worse. Sticking our oar in.
That's a good. I tell you what, though, that's a good. Having that, just saying that again, we're getting deep now. Trying to move on, but the idea that we're saying what we believe, but also in the back of our heads, we realise that we aren't necessarily experts in things.
Yeah, of course not.
Understanding that could be consequences that are possibly outside of our current view, it's important, and a lot of people forget that. A lot of people that want to bring down the government or bring down the current system forget that. They really don't know the repercussions 10 years down the line from this utopia they're trying to bring in.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's important to say that we're just two average Joes, right? We're literally blokes. Yeah. That's the whole point of this podcast. We're not, we're musicians, for God's sake. Like we know music very well, but aside from that, we just read the paper and watch TV, and we're like jack of all trades, know a bit about everything, right? But not a lot.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the point of this is we're just chatting about it, just coming up with a few ideas, discussing a few things. We totally. We don't know what we're talking about. Like, don't take anything as like as quote or like science or like don't take our word for it. Do your own research, and we will chat with you in the pub. That's basically what we're trying to say.
100%.
On that note,
all right.
Shall we? Do you want to talk about your top 5 Christmas drinks? Is this one of them?
It is one of them, actually. Yeah.
Right. Well, in that case, would you allow a short break while I mix one of my Christmas drinks? I'll just be a moment. I'm back, baby.
Yo. All right. So we had a chat before the podcast, and we decided that we thought we might, considering it's our last episode of the year, and it's getting near to Christmas, we talk about our favourite holiday, i.e. Christmas drinks.
Yeah.
Did you want to kick us off, considering you've made something interesting?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if you can hear the clinking.
Oh.
So this is one of my favourites. I've not really put them in order because I, like most people over Christmas, I drink probably a little bit too much, and I like to mix it up a little bit. But one of my favourites is a White Russian.
Oh,
right.
Great choice.
So this is a cocktail for anyone that doesn't know. It's vodka based, hence the Russian part, and the white part is like a heavy cream or a double cream. And the other ingredient in there is Kahlua, the coffee liqueur, right? So it's sort of like a two-part vodka, 1 part Kahlua, and then you top it up with as much or as little sort of double cream as you like over ice in a sort of tumbler, like a rocks glass or that sort of thing. So it's like quite creamy, milky. It's got that Christmassy sort of thing. I've seen people put like nutmeg on it or cinnamon on it or something like that, And I just think it's great. The coffee flavour and the milky flavour, it's just super Christmassy. It's not the sort of drink you drink during the day, like or on a beach or anything like that. It's got to be like in a Swiss chalet, like at winter or something. Imagine drinking that amount of cream on a beach.
Oh dear God! Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. That.
So that's why it's one of my top Christmas drinks.
Oh man, perfect. So that was actually on my list as well. So I think it's a perfect Christmas drink. Did you find it from The Big Lebowski?
You know what? I didn't. Because I didn't see the Big Lebowski for, I must have been well into uni before I saw Big Lebowski.
Right. Okay.
But I'd never made one before, no. But I'd just heard of it or seen it or something. But I think I actually tried it after the Big Lebowski because I was like, okay, what is this thing that he's it must be good if he's drinking it.
Yeah, and it is very, very good. I'm 100% with you. Yeah, like any sort of milk based drink. We might get to a couple throughout this list, I don't know. But which, as in terms of cocktails and stuff, doesn't sound that appetizing, but it's so good. It's, like I say, so creamy. Putting nutmeg on there, highly recommend. What are your proportions, Kahlua vodka? Do you have a specific... Or do you
twice the amount of vodka to Kahlua.
Perfect.
So in this one, for example, is a healthy double and a healthy single. Healthy double of vodka, healthy single of Kahlua.
Love it. Yeah.
I often, when mixing drinks, will do that thing you sort of see people doing in bars where they'll like fill the jigger up to the top or wherever they mean to go, and then they'll just pour it in whilst continuing to pour a little bit extra from the bottle.
Yeah. course. That's just that's a healthy pour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A healthy way to drink.
Nice. So this drink actually is a bit of a cop-out. You can probably guess what it is. It's but it is one of my favourite things to have during Christmas. It's a good whiskey. Now, I wrote Scotch on there, and today I'm not drinking Scotch, but this would definitely be on the Christmas day. It's near probably the end of the day. So you've had your meal, you've had a few aperitifs, you've had a few digestives, and you're now at the end of the night, and you're sitting by a fire with the last remnants of the family that have stayed up long enough, and you're just talking about stuff, putting the world to rights. And today I'm drinking, actually, I'm excited about this one. This is a Woodford Reserve. So I love Woodford Reserve.
Oh, nice. For
American whiskies out there. I think it's owned by Jim Beam, so it's their sort of maybe more premium product. If you're wanting to get into sort of American whiskies like bourbon or rye or corn, they are the ones to start with, I think. So far, one of my favourite American spirits or American whiskies has come from Woodford Reserve. So today I'm drinking their rye, their straight rye whiskey. So this means that the majority, I think over 60% of the mash is rye, as opposed to corn or malted barley.
Great.
And the rye is really, for me, what makes bourbon taste very different to Scotch. So if you've ever tasted the two, and you're not sure, you can tell there's a massive difference, but you just can't really pinpoint it. It's generally, for me anyway, the rye that really, it's almost like a peppery, spicy, but also very fruity and floral. And on the nose with this one, so this is Woodford Reserve straight rye, like cherry, just off the top, so strong, really, really nice. And it's not crazy money. It's like, I think this was maybe just under 30 quid. And it's 45.2%, so it's not just standard 40%.
Yeah,
it does look like there's probably some colour in there, but I could be wrong. It's pretty dark, but it tastes amazing, and it's super, like I say, peppery, and it's different to, like, you know, when you taste a really strong whiskey and it sort of numbs your tongue.
Yeah, with
that sort of bite. It's not that. It's like a tingling of like this, like almost like a spice. It's so nice, man. You'll have some soon, I'm
brilliant.
Sure. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And like I say, that's on my list of Christmas drinks.
Excellent. Oh, fantastic. Let's go back and forth, right? Let's just keep firing these out, okay? My second on the list of favourite Christmas drinks, I'm going to go champagne.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
You know what? That's just reminded me. I don't think we've ever had a sparkling wine on the show, have we? We've never had a champagne or anything like that. Maybe we should do that at some point. We've
only done 1 or 2 episodes together.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe I've never drunk a bottle of champagne to myself, to be honest, but it's doable, I bet. Actually, never mind.
It's doable. Don't you worry about that, young man. And the reason why I like champagne is because it's the livener, it's the sharpener. Christmas morning, right? Champagne. You listen. You can get champagne out at 9:30, 10 a.m. Christmas morning. I don't know about you, but my family will always have a breakfast of like smoked salmon, scrambled eggs in the morning. Gets the stomach going, gets all the senses working. You know, you might have had a few scotches the night before, so you know, the sort of freshness, the bite of the smoked salmon with the lemon and the champagne, all this like beautiful stuff, like perfectly marries up with that sort of creamy, buttery, like rich egg on the toast. Oh, it's a big buttery toast. Oh, I'm getting hungry.
That sounds so good.
But yeah, that's a perfect, in my opinion, perfect Christmas breakfast. Smoked salmon, scrambled eggs, lemon, plenty of black pepper on the top, bottle of like perfectly chilled champagne, and that's getting me in the zone for the day.
That sounds great. That does sound great. I mean, yeah, if we don't divulge too much, I do kind of want to ask you what your standard Christmas day goes like, to be honest, and give you find that out. But okay, so my next one is very similar. Scrap the champagne, go cheap, go some sort of sparkling wine that's nowhere near from France, some Italian
bottom shelf Carver or Prosecco or something. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and then put a load of orange juice with it. Bucks Fizz,
Bucks Fizz, nice.
So that's generally what we would start the day with, but almost identical starts actually. Instead of scrambled eggs, though, it'd be salmon, cream cheese on like bagels.
Oh,
that's generally the starter. for the day.
Yeah,
and some Bucks
not too
Fizz. different
there. Not too different
Yeah.
at all. I think actually this year we're going to go English sparkling wine, right? In my family, last 2 or 3 years, we've been on this mad English sparkling wine hype. As have most of the champagne houses of France. They've been buying up huge swathes of land in Britain because the temperature change means you can make fantastic sort of essentially champagne in Kent and Sussex.
Global warming, pros
exactly.
and cons.
One of the positives, yeah, if I may be so bold. But yeah, we're making the most of that positive, that one positive I could think of.
Good.
Oh yeah, like it's incredible. They're like England specifically is producing some incredible stuff in the sparkling wine field, and yeah, I'm sure Christmas Day is going to hold a bit of that for us.
Great. Yeah, I went around Denby's, which is in Dorking or something.
Oh, yeah,
I think you've done as well, right?
Yep.
And they were talking about their sort of sparkling wine because that's their sort of specialty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They have dabbled in some reds and stuff, but mainly it's like sparkling whites and rosés.
Yeah.
But cool, nice. That sounds good. All right, what's next on the list?
Actually, hang on. Let me get my little list up here.
Okay.
So now what are we? We're probably about lunchtime now, aren't we? We're about to start, we're thinking about food. The turkey's almost ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a Riesling, right?
Oh, okay.
A bottle of white.
Yeah.
We're going to open the Riesling. And some people aren't fans of it because it can be on the sweeter side. And it can be, just a little bit off the beaten trail for a lot of people, but a nice chill bottle of Riesling that's going to go down it's going to go down a treat basically with your starters, with your hors d'oeuvres. That's the sort of level I'm at, right? Because there's a lot of flavour in a Riesling, and let's be honest, Christmas Day is a very sweet day, right? There's lots of sugar involved. There's lots of sweet. There's cranberries. There's chocolate boxes. Everything's sweet on Christmas Day, right? So I'm going to go for a Riesling as my first choice wine after the champers.
Cool. Yeah. I haven't thought about the chronology of my Christmas Day and whether the next drink is going to be a good one. But I think that's good. Having a sharp white, a crisp white, that's a good idea. My next one's probably not a good idea, but I'm going to say it anyway. A Snowball.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Adam, have you ever had the pleasure of a Christmas Snowball?
I haven't, no.
Now, I've actually got a vivid memory. This reminds me of my mum. This is one of the reasons why I love cocktails and drinks, because some of them have such vivid memories for me. Is my mum, so we've just decorated the house. So basically in my house, my mum would do the tree. My dad would sit on the telly watching darts or something. And
Christmas Day.
No, this is before Christmas Day. This is a few days. This is before Christmas Day.
Good.
You do have these on Christmas Day, but this memory is before, to be fair.
God, your mum's left it late. Yeah. Put up the tree.
Yeah, God. And then we'd have our own rooms to decorate, and we'd just grab anything we did and just make an absolute mess of it. Anyway, and then what my mum would do, she'd make us all snowballs. Once we were the correct age, of course. And it's basically Advocaat, lemonade, and then a bit of cordial. Generally, but most of the time we didn't have that, so it would just be Advocaat and lemonade mixed up.
To help me out, what's Advocaat?
So Advocaat it's almost like a pre-made alcoholic eggnog.
So it's creamy and milky, Baileys-esque.
Creamy, milky, Baileys-esque, yes, exactly.
Cool.
And then you just mix that with a fizzy lemonade, which in so many ways makes me, like, my logical brain would say that shouldn't work, that's terrible, and never do that. But, hey man, it tastes like Christmas, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it. So, it's definitely worth it. Advocaat's like, I don't know what, £8, bottle of lemonade, and that'll do you for the rest of the night. And it's worth it. It's a fun little... It is quite, because the bubbles and the lemon's kind of like quite sprightly, so it doesn't weigh you down too much, even though it is basically cream.
Other lemonades are available.
Yeah. So, that's my next drink.
Nice, fantastic. You know what? I'm trying to dig deep in the memory banks. I don't think I've ever had one. So it's on the list this year. I shall report back, episode 1, series 3, and I'll tell you how the snowballs went down, right?
It's like one of those like super garish like 70s cocktails. Like,
oh, mate.
Just
Could you even could you replace the lemonade with like baby sham or something? Like, is that a vibe?
Oh, maybe, yeah, nice.
Something
probably
just super 70s, just go all in.